Have you ever wondered if there's another version of you out there living a completely different life? Well, let's dive into parallel realities and the multiverse theories. Let's start by breaking down what parallel realities really are. I want you to think of them as different versions of your life, all existing simultaneously at the same time. And each reality holds a different possibility based on the choices you make, the thoughts you think, and the emotions you feel. So imagine a world where you choose a different career, met a different person, or made different decisions. These realities don't just exist in theory, they're actually happening right now, coexisting in this cosmic web of possibilities. Now, don't believe me, this is quantum physics, right? So I love this old movie. It's called Sliding Doors, and it's with Gwyneth Paltrow, where it shows different timelines all existing at once. So if she takes one choice, then she gets a completely different outcome versus the other one. So in this movie, there is an event that happens that seems trivial, where she misses the subway train by just 1 second. In the one timeline, she catches the train, she arrives home early to discover her partner in bed with a woman. This then leads her to living like a more empowered path for herself, getting more aligned with herself. Okay. In the other timeline, she misses the train and doesn't find out about the other woman and continues to struggle and have fights with her partner. And as these timelines unfold, we get to see how small chance events really create different outcomes for her based on her relationship, her career, and her sense of self. And this is how I feel like parallel realities work. So it's just one small moment, one choice of yes or no can literally shift and alter the direction of your life, leading to different versions of ourselves based on the path that we take. So in quantum physics, this really supports the idea that multiple versions of reality exist simultaneously. And that shifts our vibration, we can influence which version we experience of reality. So, this makes parallel realities more than just a theory, they're part of scientific theory landscape, suggesting that our choices, thoughts, and consciousness a role in shaping the world around you. So my mind was blown when I understood this and figured this concept out. Because what that shows is that we have the ability to create the reality that we want based on our thoughts, emotions, and beliefs. Every time we think, every thought that we create in our head actually leaves and puts out a vibrational wave of light that can be measured. When you put a cap on someone's head with electrodes, it picks up those waves of light and sends them to the computer, and you can analyze the brain. And when you think about something, that information goes out externally into space and time as a wave. Guys, this is profound. That means like everything you think goes out in a vibrational wave. Okay. So, in this framework, every single possibility exists somewhere in this quantum field in the web, right? We're just only perceiving one of these realities based on where our focus attention is and our alignment. But in higher dimensions, all these realities exist. So, how do we tap into these realities, right? Because in the 3D, we're only experiencing this one reality that might be crappy, right? But all possibilities exist, but we need to know how to access it, right? So to truly understand these parallel realities, we need to break down the concepts of time and space. So in our day-to-day lives in this 3D dimension, which we exist right now, we are experiencing time linear. So there's the past, present, and future, right? And space really feels solid here. It feels unchangeable. But this is just our perception. In the higher dimension, time is not linear. It's not a straight line. It's more like a web where everything is connected. So, as a medium where I connect with people that have passed or don't exist in this dimension, I am, living here in the 3D, talking to person in the 3D, doing a one-on-one session, but I'm communicating with another dimension, right? Because I can be here right now in the 3D and access another dimension, right? So quantum physics really supports this idea. It shows that particles can exist in multiple states all at once. And this states that only becomes solid when observed. So this is known as the observer effect. It means that reality itself becomes concrete when we focus on it. So if all realities exist in time and space, then the one you're focusing on is the one that you're getting, right? So you need the tools to know how to focus on the other one, okay? And we'll get to that. But first, I want to tell you about this thought experiment, okay? And this really shows how quantum physics works. So, this experiment is known as Schrodinger's cat experiment. Okay, so I want you to imagine a cat. It was sealed in a box that had radioactive atom, which it had a 50-50 chance of decaying. If the atom decayed, it would release a poison that would kill the cat. But if it doesn't decay, the cat lives. So, according to quantum mechanics, until someone opens the box and observes the cat exists both alive and dead. So, only when observed does it collapse into one state, dead or alive. This experiment shows that the act of observation solidifies reality. Okay, so that is going over now the observer effect. And I know you guys, that's really hard to wrap our heads around. It took me a little bit to understand that, but I'm going to start unfolding this to make it easier for you to understand. Okay, so the observer effect suggests that quantum particles exist in multiple states, dead or alive, until observed. And this shows that reality is not fixed. It's shaped or made concrete by our observation. Guys, this is profound, okay? So, this is the idea that particles can exist in multiple states simultaneously as a wave, like being at two places at once until something interacts with them or observes them. If this phenomenon holds true at a quantum level, then reality itself on the smallest scale is fluid and only becomes solid when observed or measured. And this has led people to speculate that larger realities, such as the universe or personal experiences, might also behave in this way, that are influenced by our observation or focus. So, in this view, time and space are not fixed. Instead, they could be seen as tools, as a way to navigate through these different potential realities, right? So, you got multiple timelines, unlimited timelines, all existing at once. Where you're putting your focused attention is the reality which you're getting, because it's all flexible. So, this allows us to experience a particular version of reality, but when we focus or observe, we collapse the possibility into a concrete experience we perceive. Okay, guys, I am not making this up. This is quantum physics. And what it's saying is that all those timelines exist and you're choosing to focus on that specific timeline, right? And this could be connected in with, maybe you're not on the timeline that you want to be. can be connected into generational trauma and intergenerational thoughts and feelings and emotions that keep you locked into that timeline because that's where you're focusing your attention. So, this really allows us to start to question about all potentials and possibilities. Okay. So, let's just say that there's a potential and possibility of you getting married, there's a potential possibility of you being in a relationship, there's a potential possibility of you having a job where you're making $1 million, there's a potential possibility where you're living in your dream house. Okay. And these potentials are unlimited. Okay. And say there's the potential of you being in a relationship and, you know, supportive, loving, beautiful relationship, and it's 0.01% chance of that happening, right? When you put your focused attention on that potential and possibility in the quantum field, it brings it into this reality and can be created in this reality because it already exists. There is no time and space. It all exists right here, right now, simultaneously. It's just you're locked and fixated on this reality, and it's creating this specific outcome. And I'm always asking the universe when I wake up in the morning, I say, take me to the highest timeline that's possible, right? Because even though I might be on a timeline that I think is, my greatest timeline, my desired reality, it might not be the highest timeline. So I'm asking to be brought to my highest timeline and putting that in my focused attention and setting the intention to create that. So it's allowing me to connect to that potential and possibility, the infinite potentials and possibilities that already exist for me, right? And I'm going to my higher self and connecting that way. Now, here's the exciting part. You have the power to access these other realities, and it begins by shifting your consciousness, by changing your thoughts, your beliefs, and your emotions, which changes your frequency, what you're putting out there. And when your vibration and your frequency changes, you can then align with the frequency and the vibration of the reality that already exists for you, right? So love might only be at that specific frequency. So you've got to change your thoughts, your feelings, and your beliefs, the vibrational wave that you're putting out there to connect with the vibrational frequency of the timeline where love exists or more abundance, right? So we're going to go over one way to access these parallel realities. So simple is through creative visualization. So I want to go through a quick exercise with you. So imagine yourself standing on a path with various forks in the road. And each one of these forks represent a different version of your reality. I want you to close your eyes right now and just envision the outcome you desire the most. Okay, and keep envisioning it. Engage your senses. What would it feel like? What would you see? What would you hear? What would you smell? Fully engage yourself in this envision. And as you focus, allow yourself to feel this experience. So you're imagining yourself already living in this reality. And this key here is to believe it fully, to fully immerse yourself in the emotion of this experience. By doing this, you're accessing that probability and seeing that it's possible. So every choice you make is a doorway to a different reality. By consciously choosing your thoughts, your emotions, and your beliefs, you're opening the doorway to that potential that already exists in the quantum field. And the only place we create is the present moment because there is no past and there is no future. Only thing that exists right now is the present moment. And this is where you hold the power to choose and can create. So all these realities exist all at once, waiting for you to tap into them. And when you do this, you embrace the idea that time is fluid and space is just a canvas. So this present moment is the entry point to any reality you desire. So when you fully immerse yourself in the now, you start to dissolve the illusion of time and space because it doesn't exist, giving you direct access to those infinite potentials and possibilities. So, really understanding the parallel realities is an invitation for you to step into your power as a creator and expand your awareness so you can consciously choose the reality you wish to experience. So, next time you're faced with a decision, remember you're not just choosing for today, you're aligning yourself with a whole new version of reality, a reality where you can step into your highest potential and where time and space are yours to shape. So, thank you guys for joining me on this journey through your parallel realities. Remember, you hold the power to access these realities and live a life that resonates with your deepest desires. Embrace it, explore it, and see what unfolds. Catch you next time. Let me know in the comments how your parallel reality vision is working for you.